Yasu Malakido. Welcome to the Malaka podcast. Danny McBride.
What's up? I'm Kenny Powers. I'll be your new PE teacher till Coach Booth's back is fixed. Yeah, I'm famous, la-di-da, big fucking deal. Now this time I'd like to field any questions anybody has. This is the time to do it. You, big kid.
Do we have to run the mile?
I'm talking about me. These are questions about me personally as a superstar. You know, you got this moment in time here with an American icon. You're going to waste it asking a question about the fucking mile? Who's next? Who's got something else for me here? You.
You did steroids? Did they make your balls shrink?
Oh, you think that's funny? How about I show my balls right here and you can tell me if they shrunk, huh? No, for your information, I have full-size balls. Next question.
Is it true you were in jail?
Nah, babe, rehab.
Did you hurt yourself?
Nah, I didn't hurt myself.
Because Coach Booth said after his back surgery, he has to go to rehab.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I hurt myself. I hurt my nose. All right, got time for one more. Timid kid.
My dad said you ruined baseball.
You know what? I can already tell that I don't like you. And I'm probably not going to like you, no matter how many pull-ups or push-ups you do. Or anybody wants to pick on anybody in class, aim for him, because I ain't watching.
Ladies and gentlemen, not since George Clooney has one man done so much with a goatee. It's very rare you see a man with a goatee. Not a lot of people can pull it off. Sometimes you just see the mustache or the beard, or, you know, there's guys out there that have a beard and then later on they get married to their beard. The point is, Danny McBride, I still feel to this day, is very underrated when it comes to Hollywood, and especially comedy. Now, a lot of people that are fans of his obviously know who he is because, well, you're a fan of his. But a lot of people, you know, big name people actually know who he is. And, you know, sometimes you just get a random phone call.
One day, I got a phone call out of nowhere, and the voice sounded familiar, but I wasn't sure it was. And I was like, hello? And he's like, hey, it's Danny there. I'm like, this is him. He's like, this is Kanye West. I was like, oh, is it really? I thought it was a joke. And he basically said that he was a fan of mine and wanted to come hang out.
Well, how did he get your phone number?
I guess Kanye has his ways, I guess. I don't know.
He wanted to come hang out.
He wanted to come hang out. I think he thought I lived in Los Angeles.
Oh.
And so, and then I was like, no, I live in Charleston. And he was quiet for a minute. He's like, okay, I can go there too. And so it was, once again, one of those situations where I'm like being set up with like another dude, and I'm getting nervous about like, what does Kanye like to do? Like, what should I wear when Kanye gets here?
So
I'm always worried about what I'm wearing.
He's just coming to see you?
Yeah, he had an idea for a project that I think was a pretty brilliant idea.
What can you say what the idea
He
was?
wanted to do a movie about the story of his life, and he wanted me to play him.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
So when is this happening?
Hopefully, you know, if Gemstones doesn't go well, maybe next we'll,
Jesus Christ. Ladies and gentlemen, thank God. The newest show that Danny McBride is on, The Gemstones, something... I forgot the full title. I don't know. We'll figure it out. It's a very good show. The point is, thank God that worked out. Kanye, please get help. I mean, you know, please, you know, I get it, you know, the music, but just, you know, like, just please get help. The point is, Danny McBride is a very, very, very funny dude. And I would love to give him his flowers today because I still feel he's very unappreciated in the world of comedy. And I like to talk about his movies, shows, and whatever the fuck this guy's up to. So, before I played a clip, I forgot to mention that because there's only 3 people listening, it doesn't matter, of Eastbound and Down, which is I think one of the funniest things he's ever done, we're going to get into that, where, he played a gym teacher. Imagine if he actually showed up to your school and was one of your teachers. That actually did happen for some lucky students. But again, we're going to get into that in a little bit. So sit down, relax. Got some beautiful Swiss cheese here, because you got to have the proper fixings. If you don't have the right fixings,
Perhaps a little more room here for the fixins. You know what I'm talking about? Ooh.
We're gonna have a lot of fixins.
We're gonna have so many fucking fixins up in this motherfucker.
The fixings, yeah. Anyways, I like to go to Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia, and it's free, Recession's going to hit any minute. We're all going to be screwed, If COVID didn't kill us, poverty will. Let's begin. First off, I'd like to say this awesome... First of all, he's a little chubby, okay? So am I, I've lost 100 pounds over the years. I'm not saying this to brag. I'm just saying, I think I might be the first person in history to lose 100 pounds and still be a fat ass. But the point is, Danny carries it very well, I feel it helps with the comedy if you're a little bit chubby. It just does. I don't know why. I mean, people want to root for a funny fat guy, but he's got a good head of hair. I mean, the hair is phenomenal. I'm not gonna lie. It's very reminiscent to Jean-Claude Van Damme in Hard Target. I didn't like the movie, but it's still the hair is representing for sure. It's awesome. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Let's begin. Daniel Richard McBride, born December 29th, 1976, is an American actor, comedian, screenwriter, and producer. He starred in the HBO television series Eastbound and Down, Vice Principals, and The Righteous Gemstones. That's what it was. I forgot the righteous. It's a cool word. Also co-creating, there you go. The Righteousness threw me off. The former two with frequent collaborator Jody Hill while creating the latter himself. He has appeared in films such as The Foot Fist Way, Hot Rod, Pineapple Express, sounds like porns, Tropic Thunder, Up in the Air, Your Highness, This is the End, and Alien Convent. He has done voice acting for Despicable Me, Kung Fu Panda 2, Hell and Back, The Angry Birds movie, Sausage Party. That definitely sounds like a porn. The Angry Birds movie 2, and The Mitchells versus the Machines. So there you go. He's got a good, distinct voice, acting, writing, all that beautiful shit. I mean, he's killed it. I mean, the guy's been doing this for quite some time, and good for him. I like that. Funny guy, funny dude. He's got one of those I don't know, he's got the face and whatever, but again, the goatee is very rare. I mean, I remember when Patrice O'Neill, God rest his soul, ripped on some buddy on the crew there of the one show there with Colin Quinn. It was a tough crowd. It was a good show, by the way. If you get the chance, you can see the clips on YouTube. And then he just goes up to the guy and goes, congratulations on being the most successful guy in Hollywood with a goatee. And it's true. And it's funny because you don't see a lot of people with goatees. It's just one of those things that, I mean, listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. If you're a fat guy, you're gonna have the double chin, sometimes triple. If you're lying down, you need something to cover it up. And we like to. Sometimes you meet a fat guy who's really friendly. Then you meet a fat guy who's, tough as nails, kind of, tough asshole, but asshole in a good way. He's got a lot of confidence and shit. And am I describing me or whatever? The point is, Dan McBride is one of those dudes. He's just a cool motherfucker, and he carries off the goatee really well. I just can't stress enough how important that is, ladies and gentlemen, because there's a lot of people out there. they try to do the goatee thing. They can't have like the hair, in certain places. Like the mustache will never actually meet the bottom part of the chin, and that's not really a goatee. It's not. It's not. It's just, a beard is not a mustache. A mustache, with some hair under the chin, and when you have that stupid soul patch, and it's just dumb. It's not a goatee, ladies and gentlemen. But if anybody can pull it off, it's Dan McBride. So much respect to that. But there's lots of facts I found about Mr. Danny McBride here, according to Ranker.com. So let's begin. All right. You see, what's cool is like when you grow a goatee. Again, this is probably the last time I'll talk about it. Maybe, who knows? But you gotta have the base first. So first you grow the beard, and then you trim around it. So a lot of times, like when you trim around the beard, like it could be uneven, and then it looks stupid. But it's awesome. It looks great. It really does. And the whole mullet, and he's got a good head of hair too. I have one of the two. So what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Anyways, he was a substitute teacher. That's right. Danny McBride at one point was a substitute teacher. T-shirt. Did I say t-shirt? It's hot today, and I always got to turn off the AC when I do these fucking podcasts. So I don't know. Bear with me. But yeah, he was a substitute teacher, and yeah, my mom did that for a while, and yeah, it's a pain in the ass, man. I'm not gonna lie. But then again, she told me one day, she literally came home one day and told me, this is like years ago. She said, I just pushed play on a VCR one day and I got $200. Now, for those of you who are listening, who are millennials, I'm explaining to you later on what a VCR is. But the point is, it's not bad. But at the same time, if Dan McBride showed up in your classroom, that'd be pretty awesome. So it says here, that's right. Before his turn as a teacher on HBO, McBride worked briefly as a substitute teacher in real life. He says he taught one German class by telling the kids that, quote, if you don't fuck with me, I won't fuck with you. Yeah, that's Danny. I'll be honest, I'm just gonna say at this point, I was gonna get into this later. I think a lot of times Danny McBride's not even acting. And I don't mean that in a bad way. He just has a very strong presence when it comes to, his character, because his characters are more, I don't know, like abrasive, whatever, and kind of know-it-all kind of guys, whatever. But I could see him being a teacher, presenting that strong presence. That's cool. I mean, it shows him here with I think like what is it, blue jean shirt? I don't know. I don't see that happening. I don't know. I'm thinking more. I don't know. Well, not corduroys, but I don't know. Just not that. But anyways, then letting them watch Cops while he read a book in the back of the room. Best sub ever? I think so. Yeah, that's basically a substitute teacher's role. I mean, that's, and again, it's a tough job being a teacher. I'm not trying to say that, but sometimes if you're a substitute teacher, a lot of times the thing is just laid out there. The kids know what to do, or they think, fuck it, we're not going to try because it's a substitute teacher. The real teacher will never know. And of course they always find out, but I don't know, like when you're a kid, you're stupid. Like you have no idea what's going on. So yeah, that would be pretty awesome. Yeah, so I absolutely believe he would definitely swear in front of kids, for sure. Yeah. He's actually not like his characters. Bullshit. But let's continue. McBride isn't the gun-toting, foul-mouthed, misogynist character he's so often cast as. When Seth Rogen met the man in person, he was shocked to find McBride wearing glasses and acting shy. I'm going to do a podcast one day about Seth Rogen because I love that man. But Seth Rogen, if you ever do listen to this, which you never will, I'm positive Dan McBride was fucking with you. There's no way. I mean, it seems like one of those situations where, you know what, if you're going to meet somebody, maybe some people freak out what they're going to wear. I don't know if you're a scarf person, or whatever. That's your problem. But the point is, I think he just did it just to fuck with him. So there you go. His mullet was fake. I don't believe that shit either. And can you blame him? According to McBride, his wife nixed the idea of growing a real mullet. The first season, he wore extensions. After that, a full hairpiece. I don't believe it. I don't. No. No, I don't. No, I don't believe it. He never intended to be an actor. Though he went to film school, McBride never thought of himself as an actor. He was a screenwriter who got his first role doing a favor for his old schoolmate and best friend, David Gordon Green, who had an actor bail last minute on All the Real Girls. Says Green, I just called the funniest guy I knew. David Gordon Green, I don't know who you are. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. HBO absolutely thanks you. He started making movies long before he reached Hollywood. McBride says that even as a kid, he was a filmmaker, recruiting kids off the bus to help him make movies in his backyard. He once convinced the quarterback and a drum major to come over and help him make an amateur war flick. It's a good combo. He loves British comedy. Who doesn't? Who doesn't? Dickheads. Unlike his uber American character Kenny Powers, McBride can appreciate the subtlety. There you go. Is that it? No, I don't care. Of British brethren. I get that word right? Forget it. I don't tend to watch many American comedies, he says. Prefer British comedy. An ironic admission from one of the biggest men in the dumb, funny game. Listen, I tell this to people all the time. If you study comedy, just don't think like American TV. Okay, you gotta broaden your horizon. Okay, I got news for everybody out there. Chances are your favorite show is brought over from overseas, and more than likely, it's probably a British show. Perfect example: The Office. Okay, is Ricky Gervais complaining about residuals? I don't think so. He, he goes on those award shows. He just tells people off. He doesn't give a shit. That's it. Everyone else cares about their careers. Fuck them. Your Highness started as a joke. It should have ended there, but we'll get into that later. McBride's so-so, that's putting it really lightly, medieval stoner comedy Your Highness started years ago as a joke with old film school buddy David Gordon Green. Okay, so David, before I thanked you, consider this your mulligan. They would play a game. Green threw but the name of a fake movie, Face of Danger, for example, and McBride would supply the plot, plastic surgeon Steve Danger solves mysteries. I'm already lost. Years later, when the two had finally made it to Hollywood, they decided to produce one of their favorite fake movies. Thus was born Your Highness. Ladies and gentlemen, it's always very tragic when you hear about babies, dying at birth or, pre-shit, whatever. This one, it should have been a still baby. But again, we'll get into that later. He is a family man. That he might be the coolest dad ever. McBride dated his wife for 9 years before getting married in 2010. They have one son together. How do you say this name? Declan. Is it Declan or Declan? It's kind of a cool name because I don't know, maybe it's referring to like Wu-Tang or something. I don't know. I think it's pretty cool. I'm pretty sure it's Declan. Yeah. The saga continues. Declan. D-Clan. So much for the boorish on-screen leisure, right? Okay, Ranker. He knows how to woo Bill Murray. Oh, teach us, Danny. Teach us. When McBride was assembling a team for his HBO show Vice Principals, he wanted Bill Murray to cameo. But the notoriously hard-to-get comedian seemed out of McBride's reach. After an email exchange, Murray finally agreed to read the script, as long as McBride hand-delivered it to him in a minor league baseball game. Quote, "I got one of those metal briefcases that people make cocaine deals with," said McBride, "and put the script in there. Apparently it worked. Murray read the script and signed on." Nice. Nice. I heard Bill Murray now is dating Khalees from, the girl, the milkshake, Remember at the end of Dodgeball, it shows like him, Ben Stiller getting fat again and shaking his titties. Yeah. Apparently they're making another one, so that's good. I like that. I hate you so much right now. I hate you so much right now. I hate you so much right now. Ah! Neptunes. He helped a Redditor. What? How do you say that? Redditor. Yeah. Remember before I mentioned my mom was a teacher? She was an English teacher too. Yeah. You can't blame her for this. Don't worry. I'm just stupid. Name his bowl. What? So like a pipe bowl. Okay, I get it. During a Reddit AMA, Redditor Uzenetintin asked McBride what to name his new bowl. McBride's response: Timothy. Oh, I'm not gonna lie, that is okay. I mean, hey, listen, if you're part of that whole Seth Rogen thing, you gotta smoke weed. It's just, it is what it is. Which is nothing wrong with that. Okay, you come to Canada. I mean, listen, you can't walk 2 fucking blocks without finding a dispensary. This is an awesome country. No guns. Sorry, John Moran. He endorses K-Swiss. Kenny Powers does endorse, Swiss, whatever. During the show's wildly successful run, K-Swiss hired McBride's foul-mouthed alter ego to promote their shoes. It was a bold but ultimately lucrative decision by the company. Okay, so he played his, Kenny Powers role, make some extra money. Shit, nothing wrong with that. You never know when you need these. I don't know. You could get lost in the woods one day and, I don't know, you're walking along and, John Morant is there with a gun and, he's going to win because he's got the gun, you got a knife. But, I don't know. Maybe you'd chop a tree in time and, throw a branch at him. I don't know. Who knows? He once met Samuel L. Jackson while drunk. It could, let's see what happens. After drinking absinthe all day, forget. Yeah, this is going to end bad. With actor and friend Craig Robinson, the two ran into Samuel L. Jackson at a baseball game. McBride had never met the film icon, and drunkenly, while covered in buffalo wing sauce, I've been there, told the actor he really admired his work. Jackson's response: "You got any brothers in your show?" McBride panicked and assured Jackson that he did. Craig's in it. Craig's in the show. Yeah. It's funny. I was going to actually mention this later on, but I would. I was going to bring up the point saying that, like, you got, a tough motherfucker like Dan McBride, he's pretty, tough for a white guy. But again, Samuel Jackson, like, it's it's not even close. I mean, you literally take the toughest, like, think of the toughest white guy you can right now. Just anybody. I mean, it could be someone in your life and whatever. Okay. Then pick like a random 12-year-old black kid. Okay. That kid will be tougher. It doesn't matter. So I can imagine, what Samuel Jackson's powers is at this point. And on top of that, he's in the Marvel universe. Forget it. You can't fuck with him. He played a roadie in a Tenacious D music video. I did not know this. The height of his Eastbound and Down fame, McBride was hired to play the eponymous roadie in Tenacious D's 2012 Roadie music video. I did not know that. I did not know this either. I don't know a lot of things. Reading is one of them. He was actually offered a baseball contract. Huh? Independent pro ball club called the Peninsula Pelicans extended an offer to McBride in 2009, saying that he would be an unusual influence in the clubhouse and a lot of, what did I say, run on the bus? Or run on bus rides. Or fun on bus rides. It should got cut off here. I don't know. Fun on bus rides. Thankfully, McBride declined the offer and continued acting. Although, I'm not going to lie, I would have loved to have seen that. But then again, we've known who he is, and Arnie gets the role. Yeah. You get it by now. He was in Grand Theft Auto 5. And I know that's 5 because I see the V. I'm a Rocky fan. While driving around murdering innocent civilians in Grand Theft Auto 5, keep an ear out for conservative radio host Dwayne Earl. It's actually McBride who worked on the game in what many consider a parody of real-life conservative radio guy Rush Limbaugh. Okay, for those of you who don't know who Rush Limbaugh is, a very famous radio guy. I mean, he basically looks like he could be my uncle. Didn't he at one point get his maid to get him drugs and shit, like Oxycontins, and he was doing like, this is allegedly doing like 40, 50 Oxycontins a day or some shit. Like, I mean, that's fucking crazy. I mean, if you want to know what Rush Limbaugh's son would have ended up as, just go watch Tim Dillon. The point is, I like Tim Dillon. Don't worry. I'm trying to be funny here, ladies and gentlemen. I am doing my best to stay sober. That's what he sounds like. So, enough of the fun. Actually, no. You know what? Fuck it. Let's keep this fun going. Okay. Come on. Let's do this. All right. Danny would have liked it that way. He's still alive. I don't know why I said that. The point is, ladies and gentlemen, Dan McBride has done a shit ton of stuff. Like I said, it's crazy. Like I said, I still feel he's very underrated in this business. So what I want to do is I want to go on this beautiful site called IMDb and not Rotten Tomatoes, because Rotten Tomatoes, it's, I don't know, it's Vlaka. I don't like it. I don't like it. Okay? Fuck it. So, let's begin. Now, the very first job that Dan McBride did was, and I just mentioned it, I think like 10 minutes ago, so much for suspense. The movie's called All the Real Girls. And he plays a character named Bust Ass. Now, like I mentioned a few minutes ago, he did a favor for a friend. He's like, you know what? I still want to be a writer. I still want to, do screenplays and all that shit, whatever. That's awesome. But, why not? Be in a movie with your buddy, and help your buddy out, go in there. And I saw this movie because at one point I wanted to, look up all the stuff that Danny was in here, and it's okay. I mean, he's kind of like, and it's about like 4 guys trying to figure life out or some shit. I don't know. Movie's okay. I don't know. It's all right. So, it was okay. I mean, he kind of plays the funny, goofy guy or whatever, but it's not, it's not, I mean, you see signs of early Dan McBride there, but, it's okay. But again, you want to help out your buddy by being in a movie? Why not? Sounds good to me. But this is the movie that Seth Rogen discovered years ago and kind of got the ball rolling for him. So this movie's called The Foot Fist Way. And he plays a character named Fred Simmons. Now, I haven't seen this movie in a while, but I remember hearing about it when I first heard about Dan McBride and, the run he had with all the movies, whatever. I mean, he still does, don't get me wrong, I'm just saying. But, I heard about this movie, and, like, the cover alone had me, curious. So you got him, like, posing in, the karate outfit there, and he's just basically a karate instructor. And, it's kind of like he's doing the whole, I'm better than everybody else kind of attitude, you know what I mean? And like, you will see this in a lot of Dan McBride roles. I mean, he just plays that, guy, he thinks he's king shit of everything, but it just works. I mean, it's not like one of those guys, go fuck yourself. You actually root for this guy, but at the same time, in this movie, he, has to deal with a lot of shit. I think his wife is cheating on him and all that. And, it's just funny, it's him trying to teach kids how to do karate. So I would definitely recommend this one. It's pretty funny. It came out, 3 years later, 2006, or from the last one he did, the first one, 2003. But it's definitely a funny movie. So again, The Foot Fist Way, definitely check that one out. And then that kind of got the ball rolling for him. And then he was in a movie called Hot Rod. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. The first time I saw this movie when it first came out, I wasn't a fan of it. I got to be honest. I watched the first like 10, 15 minutes. I just couldn't get into it. But then I watched it years later. Years later. Maybe like a year ago or something like that. 2 years ago. It's, again, during COVID, you want to catch up. So I loved it. I thought it was fucking hilarious. It's got a really good cast. I mean, Andy Samberg is the main guy. I mean, the whole point is they're trying to... the fuck is the point? I forgot. It was a self-proclaimed stuntman, Rod Kimball, is preparing for the jump of his life to clear 15 buses to raise money for his abusive stepfather, Frank's life-saving heart operation. There you go. So it's as cheesy as fuck, okay? So this movie, I mean, to me, is almost like making fun of a lot of, like, cheesy 80 movies kind of thing, and you can kind of see that, with the cast and all that, what is it? Dan McBride's character plays one of his buddies, helping him out there, Rico, which is a great name, by the way. Bill Hader's in it too. Sissy Spacek, Will Arnett, Isla Fisher. I always forget. She's Borat's wife. I forgot. She's awesome. Chris Parnell. A lot of good people in this movie. A very, very funny movie. So I definitely recommend it for sure. For sure, I do. I really do. Don't go by the first thing I said. Go by the second thing I said. Because sometimes you watch a movie and you're like, I'm not in the mood. Then you watch it years later, you hear about it. I remember my friends were giving me shit. They're like, oh, really? You didn't like it? I'm like, yeah, really? I have an opinion for myself? Fuck off. The point is, I was like, all right, okay, let me check it out again. And I did, years ago by myself, so I don't have any interruptions. And it was a really funny movie. So I would say definitely check out that movie. Great little cast. I mean, it doesn't have a big role in it, but obviously it's more of a Andy Samberg platform there. What's the show he does? Brooklyn Nine-Nine, whatever. I don't know. That one's okay. I don't know. It's got its moments, whatever. But the point is, didn't it get canceled and then it came back again on another station or something? Yeah. I was thinking that it never made sense to me. I mean, I don't know. He's got that Lorne Michaels connection. Why don't you just do it originally on NBC? I don't know. Why go to Fox? I don't know. I mean, remember how they treated Married with Children? I mean, they never gave him a final season. I'm just saying. The point is, really getting off track here. The point is, very funny movie. Hot Rod, check it out. Again, 2007, busy year for him. He was in the movie Superbad. No, he wasn't. No, he was. No, he wasn't. Wait. It says here, Buddy at Party, uncredited. Okay, so when I did hear about this already a few years ago, and I was like, yeah, he's not in Superbad. I've seen Superbad tons of times. To me, it's one of the best teen movies of all time. It's a really funny movie. Yeah, I mean, Seth Rogen and the boys there. I mean, you know who's in it. I mean, I always said this about Jonah Hill. Jonah, I love you, but if you got nominated for Best Supporting Actor for Moneyball, you should have won Best Actor for Superbad. I mean, that's just my theory. I don't know. Michael Cera is being, I don't know, Michael Cera in this, you know, it's always good. You got the McLovin there. I mean, the kid was only 17 when he did the movie, apparently. And then he did the movie, and then he had to go back to high school for a whole year. So, I mean, in a way, that's a pain in the ass, but at the same time, I mean, the pussy you must get. The point is, okay, Danny McBride is actually in this movie, and there's a scene where they go to, I don't know, Jonah Hill gets hit by the car for the first time out of 2, if you could believe it, still lives. Spoiler alert, whatever. And actually, you know what? It's the same dude. I forgot that actor's name. He was in. He's actually in Brooklyn Nine-Nine. He's a funny guy. He was in Beer League too with Artie Lang. I don't know. I got way too much time on my hands. The point is, I forgot what we were talking about again. Oh yeah. So yeah. He's at the party, and then they go to the one party, whatever, and he's in the background in one of the scenes, and I gotta like pause it to see him for like, I don't know, 5 seconds, whatever. So. I don't know. They just said, I don't know, fuck it. You want to be in the movie? And there you go. That's it. I don't know. I'm surprised they didn't give him like a line or something. I mean, you know, not a Coke. I mean, like a line of, you know, and the, you know, he does plenty of that in Eastbound and Down. But we'll get into that in a bit. So, yeah, yeah, he's in the movie. A good movie. Really, really good movie. Superbad is pretty awesome. I'm not going to lie. Then 2007 again, Heartbreak Kid. He plays a character named Martin. Look, I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a Ben Stiller movie. It's okay. I think it's a Farley Brother movie too. Not their best. I mean, I don't even remember Danny McBride in this movie. Drobit Taylor. Owen Wilson. Fuck. Okay. Well, I did a whole podcast of Owen Wilson that I don't like him, but it's not so much I don't like him. I just don't like, you know, ever since Bottle Rocket, he's played the same fucking guy in every movie. I don't know why. And then I know it's for the money. I know. And I don't know. He did some movie recently where he's making fun of Bob Ross or some shit. I just like, why? One fun fact about this movie is apparently I heard John Hughes, before he died, he would write stuff for people like under a different name, and this was, I think, the last thing he ever did work on. I think he worked a little bit on this movie, but I don't know. I mean, the movie, I don't know, it is what it is. But rest in peace to John Hughes, and I don't know, Owen Wilson, do something different. Well, yeah, you know, I mean, come on, go back, do Bottle Rocket too. I don't give a fuck. Just do something different. I don't know. But anyways, Danny McBride's in the movie. Drunk History of the Show. I've seen a couple clips here and there. So, and then he played George Washington in an episode. Okay, I could see that. Yeah, I could. Yeah, the hair maybe painted gray. Yeah, okay, I could see that. But, ladies and gentlemen, one of my favorite Dan McBride roles that he ever did, and probably one of my favorite stoner movies of all time, one of my favorite Seth Rogen movies of all time, is the beautiful, the awesome, the very funny Pineapple Express. If you haven't seen this movie, like, even if you're not a stoner, you're still going to enjoy this movie. I mean, it's got lots of laughs in it. There's one scene with Seth Rogen, McBride, and James Franco. I know. He's done some shit. I know. I mean, you're never going to see these three guys work together again. Let's just say that. But yeah, they. Anyways, but there's a really probably one of the funniest fight scenes I've ever seen in my life, where they're all just in the room together. Obviously, they're fighting each other, and yeah, he's punching my bum. And then just like Dan McBride's just like on the other side of the bathroom door. They push it, then his head goes right into the sink. The sink goes flat. It just, I don't want to give everything away. I mean, to me, it's a waste of Skittles when they break the bowl. The point is, you know, this is a really funny movie. But what's weird is that he's clean shave. It's the only thing I've ever seen him in with that he has got a clean shave. Now, does it work? It definitely puts more emphasis on you know, the hair for sure. But I mean, the whole, you know, I liked it. I thought it was pretty funny. I would like to see, you know, even I I would like to see a Pineapple Express too. I mean, it came out in 2008. I know it's been 15 years, but I still say they can do it. My advice, to Seth Rogen, again, if he's definitely not listening, obviously you got to have him in there. Got to have Danny McBride in there. And Danny McBride made a mention in this movie that he had a wife. He's waiting for her to get out of jail. God only knows what the fuck she went to jail for. But get a strong female to play that role. I don't know, maybe Kristen Wiig or Melissa McCartney. I don't know. I'm telling you. So if you get those three people together, you got a movie there for sure. I think it can happen. But yeah, Dan McBride is hilarious in this one. It's the smallest gun I've ever seen that he used or used to use when he was a prostitute. My favorite scene in this movie is, again, not giving away, but at the end where they're at the restaurant and they're all just fucking stoned. He's all shot up. They should be in the hospital. But again, this is how much weed means to these people. And to this day, I still have not rolled a cross joint. I will one day. I will when I have 45 minutes to kill, which is, according to this podcast, a lot. But if you've never seen Pineapple Express, definitely check out this movie. It is really fucking funny. Tropic Thunder, again, wow. So this is all, 2008. This is, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to just say this as a side note as well. I was talking about this with a couple friends. If the PC culture has killed anything, it is absolutely, they've just killed comedy. I mean, stand-up comedy is still great. But when it comes to movies, I mean, it's just not what it was years ago. And like around 2008, 9, 10, these were like kind of the last years of good comedies before, people started bitching and complaining about, racism and sexism. And yeah, okay, there are things we got to worry about. But at the same time, it's absolutely going to affect comedy. Okay, someone's got to say it, and Tropic Thunder is one of the funniest movies of all time. I don't care what anybody says. He played a character named Cody, and he's part of the Vietnam crew. He was just part of the explosions and all that. And just, listen, people know, they've heard of this movie. They know how great it is. Yeah. We know about the whole Robert Downey Jr. thing, and a lot of people do wonder. I mean, let's say if Iron Man came out first, would he have ended up doing this movie? I don't know. Who knows? But I'm just glad he did. And Jack Black's hilarious in it. Ben Stiller, I got to give him his props on this one. I mean, this is an awesome movie. Definitely. It might be in my top 10 of all time. Honestly, like I might have to do a podcast just on this movie alone. I mean, it is really, really funny. I mean, it's just got a hell of a cast. But I mentioned this numerous times in past podcasts, but I'm just glad that Ben Stiller did not, he's gone on record saying, I'm not apologizing for this movie. And thank God. Thank you so much for saying that. We need more people like that to have a stand and not apologize for shit that happened like 10, 15, 20 years ago. Like, fuck off, man. It's just comedy. Comedy is meant to be uncensored, plain and simple. And, I miss movies like this. I really do. That Pineapple Express. I don't know, where are the good comedies? Where are they? I feel bad for what's his name? The one comedian there with he did the movie with De Niro. That was okay. And then I haven't watched The Machine yet with Burt there, and I mean both of them tanked. But. Again, it's a different world. I mean, people want, it's expensive to go to movies. I'm surprised people can even afford to go to movies with families, and they want to see the big budget things, and comedies just they're not popping right now. They're just not. I mean, people just rather would stay home and go, oh, okay, I'll watch something funny for, a few hours, and that's it. Like, they don't feel like going out anymore. And I don't know. I mean, we got to bring that back. I think it is important, but at the same time, there's only so much they can say and do in comedies, or else they're gonna get a lot of shit. They just are. So I don't know, like maybe at some level we got to find a balance or something like that eventually, and maybe 10 years from now, we're not gonna think twice about it, or maybe it'll be 10 times as worse. I don't know. I don't know. Thanks, millennials. But the point is, this is a great movie, and Dan McBride was really funny in it. Nick Nolte, we worked alongside him. I thought it was pretty good back and forth that they had. One thing that somebody noticed online is the last scene where they're getting the awards. You see Dan McBride sitting there and he's holding an Academy Award. So, like, for his explosions in the movie, he received an Academy Award. So I never noticed that. I thought that was funny. But yeah, this is a classic movie. And yeah, and people said it before, and I'll say it again and again. I'm not saying you'll never see a movie like this, but you probably won't see a movie like this in a very long time, if not ever. It sucks to say that, but this is a really funny movie, and it's. I don't know what has to happen, guys. Oh, no. I'll tell you what has to happen. What has to happen is, people got to get over themselves and realize it's just jokes. I always say, there's a difference between telling a racist joke and being racist. Okay? There is. Okay? We've all done it. Okay? I'm not afraid to say it. Okay? And if you haven't, then, I don't know. Shame on you, actually. Okay? I'm not racist. I know I'm not racist. Okay? Robert Downey Jr. is not racist. We all know that. And he got nominated for an Academy Award, Best Supporting Actor for this role. He was fucking hilarious in it. And he's basically playing three people in one. The guy's fucking amazing. I know we're supposed to be talking about Dan McBride. I get it. But at the same time, I'm just saying this is an amazing, really funny movie. And if you haven't seen it, you will laugh your ass off. You will. It's just fun. It was really well cast, and but even like a guy like Dan McBride just doing like a little role like this, it's perfect for him. Like the haircut, everything just blends together. Like even the cut off shirt. He looks like American Badass is just gonna blow up shit. But this is where Ben Stiller is a really smart dude, and he makes really good movies. And this is definitely one of his better ones, man, for sure. If not his best one. So I actually encourage everyone to watch the Ben Stiller Show, which, again, I think a lot of people know was way ahead of its time. It's a shame he didn't do more, but I know back in the day it didn't do as well. But, I'm sure if it aired today, it would do way better. And I don't know. You never know what's going to happen. But, yeah, I'm just hoping in the future that we will see, I don't know. The PC world hopefully will pull a 180, and maybe we will see great comedies again. Who knows? But anyways, I think I made it pretty clear. Check out this movie. Fanboys. Again, I'm not really into Star Wars, but I did see this movie. I got the whole idea, whatever. He played head of security, uncredited. Yeah, I don't remember him in this movie. I got to be honest. I haven't seen this movie in a while, but it was a funny movie. Again, a lot of cameos, a lot of... I think Seth Rogen played like 2 or 3 people in this movie or something like that, and... I don't know, there's a Jar Jar Binks joke in there, whatever. I can see why people made fun of Jar Jar Binks. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not a Star Wars guy at all. I don't know. I get Star Wars and Star Trek and I don't know, anything involving space confused with everything else. But yeah, I can see why people found that offensive. I don't like. Was he meant to be gay? Was he meant to be Jamaican? I'm really confused on that too. So yeah, but a good little movie. Good. I liked it. A Zurban Report. Okay, so long story short, I did win a screening to this with me and my buddy. Before we went to the movie, I accidentally went into the woman's bathroom. And then my buddy followed me because he's a bit of a follower, but he's all right though. We realized we went to the wrong bathroom when we saw the women at the sink look at us, and we got to get the fuck out of here. The point is, A Zurban Report, really, really funny movie, and one of Seth Rogen's best lead roles he's ever done. At the time when this movie came out, Paul Blart came out, and I think that definitely overshadowed this movie. But to me, I take it from a guy who's done security for 15 plus years. This is pretty accurate, and I've worked with a lot of assholes that are basically like this. They think they're cops. They're in their own little fucking world, and they think they rule everything. And Seth Rogen played this awesome. Yeah, he was great in this. But Denny McBride played a Caucasian crackhead. Yeah, that was a funny scene where Ray Liotta's character, who's great in the movie too, rest in peace. I can't believe his last movie was Cocaine Bear. But anyways, God, what a piece of shit. You know, yeah, because you expect a lot of, a good movie from that title. But anyways, he just drops him off in the middle of like this worse area or a really bad area. And Seth Rogen just takes on all these guys, and Dan McBride. It's a good little role for Dan McBride. So, but overall, really good movie. I definitely recommend it. I think it's more of a darker comedy, I guess, but I thought it was pretty funny. So, when you got a chance, check it out. Land of the Lost. Worked alongside Will Ferrell. If you got the chance to work with Will Ferrell, why not? I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't see this movie. I don't know. I thought it was more like a kids movie, I guess, but I don't know. I'll check it out one day. Up in the Air. Listen, George Clooney calls. Okay, you want to be in a movie with me? I'm sure he didn't actually make the call. I'm just saying, but actually, it's ironic. I mentioned the goatee there. There you go. So there you go. So the two goatees finally match up together. Although I think George Clooney was clean shaven in this one, but. Yeah, Danny McBride plays a character named Jim Miller. The whole point is, I haven't seen this movie in a while, but George Clooney plays a guy that he's hired by other companies to fire other people, which, I don't know, I'm not going to lie to you. I mean, I might seem like a dick or something, but that seems like a pretty good job. I mean, it's bad in the sense you got to do it, but at the same time, like, it doesn't, it's not like you're, like, laying brick or... working at a construction site all day, and again, I'm not dissing that job. I'm just saying that's tough fucking work. So, if you get to sit in an office all day and look at a computer, stay at home and, do, Zoom, meetings and all that, which, if you think about it, this is made in 2009 and basically, pre-future kind of thing. Because, I don't know, everyone after COVID doesn't want to leave their fucking house now. But, so anyways, he did that, and then Dan McBride's, George Clooney keeps carrying a cardboard cutout of, what was it, his sister, and then the guy that she married was Dan McBride, and it's a cardboard cutout he carries with him everywhere, or not everywhere, mostly everywhere, and then he's posing with the cardboard cutout in different areas, and I'm thinking to myself, like, are we eventually going to see Dan McBride in this movie? And like, you see him in one scene, whatever, with George, and there you go. But this is a really good movie, very, very good movie. Wasn't this done by the Canadian boy there, John Lance's kid? I think so, wasn't it? I'm almost, or I'm sorry, Reitman. I'm sorry, my bad. It's very hot in here without the AC. I have AC, it's just not on because it makes too much noise. It's a whole thing. Jason Reitman. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Very, very, very good movie, guys. So it's called, again, Up in the Air. George Clooney, I don't know, he's chilling these days. He's not really doing that much acting. But then I heard he sold his tequila company. He made a shit ton of money on that. And he's George Clooney. He's going to be fine. Don't worry. He'll be fine. But anyways, so very good movie. If you got the chance, I advise you to check it out. Despicable Me. I've never seen any of these movies, so I know Steve Carell is the main bad guy, and something to do with yellow Tic Tacs or some shit. And then, so he does the voice of Fred McDad. Another Mick character. Okay. All right, fair enough. Last name starts with Mick. I mean, guess the nationality there. Good money. Good voiceover work is always good money. Due Date. He's in one scene in this. This is basically like kind of a, I don't know. They try to do Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. I like this movie. This is a good movie. I mean, is it Planes, Trains, and Automobiles? No. But it's still pretty good with, fellow Greek boy there, Zach, and Robert Downey Jr. Actually, the scene with Dan McBride is pretty funny. They're trying to transfer money, but they have no, or get, I don't know, money from the, what's it called? When you get the Western Union or some shit. I don't know. And I don't know. It's a pretty funny scene. Yeah, it's good. I remember at the time he showed up on a on a late night show and he says, "Yeah, we have a scene from you in the movie." And then he said, "Yeah, what are you gonna do? Play the whole scene?" Because he's just a few minutes. So, but yeah, he's got a good sense of humor about it. But yeah, it's a good little movie. I would check it out. Directed by Todd Phillips too, the same guy who did Road Trip, Hangover, Old School, Joker. So yeah, definitely check it out. Beastie Boys, Fight for Your Right Revisited. Yeah, that's right. He did the video. Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. They did the video with him. Who was it? Seth Rogen and Elijah Wood. They all acted like the rappers there, and you know, of course, you know, Dan McBride is going to be the one to throw the garbage can in the store, you know, to get some extra beer. We all know that. We all know out of the three, he's going to have, you know, the balls to do that one. So no worries there. But good little song, good little video. Your Highness. He plays Thaddeus. I wish he didn't. I'm not going to lie to you. I didn't like this movie. It's one of those... let me just say this, okay? I don't want to see any more medieval time movies. I don't care if they're funny or shit about Robin Hood or like a knight fighting for King Arthur or some shit. I don't care. I'm sick and tired of these movies. I just am. And this came out 2011, whatever. But I'm just sick of it. So I told the story before. It was based on the game they played, whatever, and it just wasn't good. I don't know. A lot of the jokes fell flat, and I was told that like most of this movie it was improv, and I mean sometimes it can be really funny, like Curb Your Enthusiasm. Sometimes it's not, so yeah, it's not good. It's not. It was meant to be like a. Yeah, like Your Highness, stoner comedy, whatever. But I don't know, a lot of the jokes just don't land, and I don't know. I don't have to tell you. I mean, listen, they all can't be winners. It is what it is. I mean, they made fun of it in the one movie. This Is the End. They're like, how about we not do Your Highness too? So okay, like even they know it sucked. Natalie Portman, lovely woman. But the point is, yeah, this is, it's not good, Get your quest on. No thanks. But like I said, it's okay. It's okay. They're all not going to be winners. It's fine, I remember there was a scene where they they had to like jerk off some like little puppet or something. It could have been funny. I like even me saying it sounds funny, but when you see it, you're kind of like just get ready. But the point is, yeah, I don't know. Oh wait, no. Oh wait. Then did Beastie Boys Make Some Noise? Okay. So the video I just described, the whole breaking the glass for beer. Okay, there was that one. Okay, so Fire for Your Right. I guess they were doing something else. I guess. Okay, I don't know. But either way, Beastie Boys. It's all good. Kung Fu Panda 2. I like these movies. I feel the first one's the best. Obviously, I mean that's what always happens most of the times with these franchises. But yeah, he played the Wolf Boss. Okay, I didn't even know that. But yeah, these are funny movies. Jack Black, good stuff. Kenny Powers, the K-Swiss MFCEO. So I mentioned that before. He did the commercial. There you go. Easy money. 30 minutes or less. It's a comedy. It's not good. Yeah. I think I watched the first like 10, 15 minutes of this movie and I was like, fuck this. Good Vibes. Never even heard of it. The Roadie. Yeah, okay, I mentioned that before, right? Yeah, the Jack Black thing. Yeah, there you go. As I Lay Dying. Okay, so yeah. No, never heard of that one. But I did hear this one. This is the end. Okay, so the whole point of this movie is that the world is ending, whatever. They're having a house party, whatever, and all of Seth Rogen and the boys, they're all there, and then the shit goes bad, and aliens pop up, and devils with huge dicks pop out of nowhere, and of course, you're seeing all the people party, and then they're dealing with the aftermath, and then all of a sudden, Dan McBride comes, and the way they use him, it is absolutely beautiful. They introduce him with the Cypress Hill song there, shit goes down. That's me singing the white version. But anyways, very white version. The point is, he did a great job. He's Dan McBride, but it's more of an exaggerated character, I guess. Whatever. But I mean, he's fucking hilarious in this. So to put him kind of right in the middle of the movie, and just put him in there. Or he came late, whatever. It's great. I was told also they, were doing things during this movie to see who could go the furthest, with the jokes. And at one point, Jay even said that, he wasn't even sure what was real, what was not, what people were saying. And, I did a podcast about him, Jay Burchell. I think I fucked up the last name, but the point is, this is a great movie. Very, very funny movie. And I'm pretty sure that year, 2013, they asked Quentin Tarantino, what were your top 10 favorite movies of that year? And this was one of them. So that's pretty cool. When you see, when you got Quentin Tarantino on your radar, that's pretty awesome. And it is a really funny movie. I mean, again, you'd like to think they're all exaggerations of, themselves, the characters and all that. But it is pretty funny. So definitely check out that one for sure. The Real World, This Is the End edition. Okay, so it's a spoof on the real world thing, whatever. I never saw it. I forgot to mention before, This Is the End originally started as I think it's a 10-minute short film that Jay and Seth did together, and then it turned into the movie. So when you got the chance, check that out as well. Clear History, he played Frank. I have no idea what that is. Grand Theft Auto 5, I mentioned that before. Easy Money. Always overwork if you can get it. Awesome. Okay. So, he's done the movie thing. We know that. Okay. I think we know that. I sound like Bill Maher there for a sec. The point is, I love how Bill Maher's doing these interviews now, and he's just chilling with people, smoking joints and shit. I always liked Bill Maher. I never liked the way what was it, NBC or ABCDFG, whatever, treated him. Because the whole 9/11 controversy there. But I don't know. I'm just glad he's doing his thing, man. I don't know. He seems like a good dude. But anyways, Eastbound and Down played a character named Kenny Powers, and this is actually. I've been told it's based on an actual baseball player. I don't know if that's true, but either way, I mean, this is awesome. I mean, this is Danny McBride. I mean, after you watch this, it's kind of it's. I mean, this might be maybe an over exaggeration, whatever. But when you see James Gandolfini, rest in peace, as Tony Soprano, okay, you'd like to think he's not that person, but I mean, every time you see him, you think of that person. So same thing with Dan McBride, to Kenny Powers. He is this guy. So basically, he's kind of a washed-up baseball player trying to make it back to the majors. He fucked up too many times with drugs and women and coke and, and oh, God, the coke. I mean, it's just right in the first episode there. It doesn't matter. He's got the jet ski, he's living with his brother again. It is what it is. We've all been there. We all got to live with a relative sometimes. I mean, I had to go back and live with my grandparents for a while. I was a grandma's boy, during the movie Grandma's Boy. Or actually, no, before. No, was it after that? Before. The meals were terrific. Terrific. You'd open the stove. Oh, God, every Greek meal. Oh boy, I got to give her a call. The point is that this is a great show. And this really this is the perfect vehicle to start Dan McBride's career. I mean, he did shit before this, but I mean, this was it. And keep in mind too, it's so funny. They had, I believe, the first 3 seasons. What I think it was 3 seasons, and then it kind of not got canceled, but they just kind of ended it. And then I think they wanted to do one more season, and the one woman from Mike and Molly's sister there, she went over, she's in the show, but they couldn't get her for the last season, so they had to wait. And I don't know, all of a sudden I'm just looking up all these shows, online, whatever, through things, and then all of a sudden I see like, season 4. I'm like, season 4? Fuck, it came back. I'm like, oh, it's awesome. So, yeah, this is a great show. I mean, this is him at his best, for sure. I mean, this is where Danny McBride really shines, and I know HBO is really, thanking themselves for getting introduced to Danny McBride, and so is the rest of the world. I mean, his movies here and there, whatever. I mean, he's killed in movies. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, but on these HBO shows, and we're gonna get to the other ones in a little bit. I mean, this is where he really shines. I mean, he's really, he does such a great job. And I believe, I think they did the top 100 TV shows of all time. I don't know if it was. No, it wasn't comedy. It was just TV shows of all time in Rolling Stone, and this made the list. So this might be a show that you've maybe never heard of before. Fans of Dan McBride absolutely know about Kenny Powers and his impact on the world, not just in baseball, but just overall. And so I definitely recommend going back, or just, if you've never watched the show before, watch the show. It is really, really funny. A lot of great cameos. Will Ferrell helped a little bit in the beginning there. He was even a great character in the first season. Did he come back later? I don't know. I forgot. But again, a beautiful head of white hair. I'm jealous. But the point is, it's really a good show. Really, really funny. A lot of surprise cameos. I mean, you're going to watch it and you'll be like, oh, wow, this person's in this person's in this. Again, I don't want to give a lot away, because if you haven't seen it, definitely check it. It's definitely one of the funnier shows I've ever watched in my life. So definitely recommend watching it. And if you think his relationship is over with HBO after this, think again. But he did do some things before that. So again, after that. So if you have the chance, Eastbound and Down, it's an HBO show. Definitely check it out. Then he was in a movie called Chosen, spelled with a Z for some reason, or Z. Sorry, I'm Canadian. Plays the voice of Jimmy. The Sound and the Fury. I should mention at this point that the guys did do a lot of stuff with James Franco, and again, you will. I mean, if you're a big James Franco fan, I haven't heard from him since the whole #MeToo movement there, but I probably not. I mean, maybe who knows? Maybe something will have. I don't know. I have to tell you, but yeah. And then there was a movie, Don Verdeen. I never heard of that one. Aloha. He plays Colonel Fingers Lacey. There was something to do with wasn't it the one woman from Superbad or something? I forgot her name. It didn't she played in Hawaiian and then she got in shit for that or something. I think it's the movie. I don't know. Hell and Back, did a voice for that. Good. Rock the Casbah. There you go. Okay. Bill Murray. I'm not gonna lie, I never saw this movie. But maybe he got a good relationship there, and that's what led him. Because before I mentioned that he, got him for another TV show. So there you go. Sausage Party. There you go. Okay, he plays Honey Mustard. Okay, so everybody in this movie packed with a lot of great actors. Again, it's just Seth Rogen and the boys. You know that group. They wanted to make a movie like Pixar or whatever, but make it R-rated. I remember seeing this in theaters. Really funny movie. The orgy scene at the end, just mwah. That's icing on the wiener cake. But I'm talking about wieners a lot lately. This and the new player Dick from the Raptors. The point is, this is a really, really funny movie. So when you get the chance, check it out. They did a movie called Animals. Gregory, all right. The voiceover work there. Angry Birds, Bachelorette sneak peek media promotion. All right. Angry Birds, the movie. There you go. Okay, so, keep it coming. Mo money. Alien Convent, prologue, Last Supper. Then he did the Alien Convent movie. Was it Alien Convent, Phobos? Look, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know. I'll just break down my thing of Alien. Okay, I'll give you a little short version of it. The first Alien movie, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't think it was anything great. Okay, let's just really be honest. Okay, until that alien pops out of the fucker's stomach. Okay, in the 45-minute mark, that's when the movie starts. Okay, before then, it's a snooze fest. Let's just be honest. But number 2, Aliens, fucking kicks ass. Get away from her, you bitch. All right. She warned you. So the first 2 are pretty good. After that, I never saw these other ones, but I watched this one just for shits and gigs. I don't know. I wasn't really feeling it. One of the things I've always said this about movies that to me always kills it for a movie, with me anyway, is if it's predictable. The ending, very predictable. I don't want to give it away if you haven't seen it, but I don't know. Let's just say the word switcheroo. Okay, that should kind of give away. Maybe it does. I don't know. Who knows what I'm saying? The point is, I don't know. I just can't get into these alien movies anymore. It's just too much. I mean, I don't know, guys. Can we come up with some new ideas already? I mean, just, who cares? Like, come on, just, I don't know. It is what it is. The disaster movie. Oh, no. The disaster artist. What am I saying? Sorry. I'm tired. He plays Danny McBride. Yeah, he was in, well, okay, in the beginning they talk, they get a couple actors to describe whatever, so he was part of that. But, again, I'll say this about James Franco, the whole thing there, it's sad what happened there, but I can't ignore that I've probably seen this movie 3-4 times, because it is a really good movie, and it's based on Tommy Wiseau, the shitty movie, The Room there. He really did a good job with Tommy Wiseau. Apparently, I think he did win the Golden Globe for Best Comedic Performance or something, and then he brought on Tommy Wiseau and he even stopped him from actually talking, and it's a funny clip. You can see it on YouTube, but I think around then, that's when he got hit with the whole #MeToo movement, and after that, a lot of people were saying he might have got nominated for Best Actor, but after that, not going to happen. So, but I still got to say, this is a really good movie, packed with a lot of great people. I mean, again, just, Seth Rogen and the boys doing their thing, and it really is an interesting story on how, this movie got made. And, they say a lot of times, if you see something that's shit, the story behind the shit is way more interesting than, the actual result. So there you go. So yeah, I would definitely recommend this movie, The Disaster Artist. That's what it's called. So I forgot Dan McBride was again even in it, but why not? Then the next show he did was Vice Principals, where he plays Neil Gamby. Now before, he did Eastbound and Down. Obviously, I talked about that. And HBO said, you know what, we want to do. What, I don't know. He gave him like kind of like a deal he just couldn't refuse. I think he said something like, "Well, we'll let you do one more season of Eastbound and Down, but we want you to do 2 seasons of this." And it's like, sure, why not? How many times like in life do you get offered something? Well, we're gonna let you keep doing what you're doing because that's awesome, but we're also gonna give you this, and you have to agree to it. It's like, yeah, fuck it, why not? I mean, that's awesome. So. Yeah, if it ain't broken, don't fix it. So Vice Principals, I mentioned before, he got Bill Murray to do the cameo in the first episode. That was cool. And the whole thing here is that, obviously they're competing for, to be the vice principal. And again, it's really funny. So again, if you enjoy Eastbound and Down, you'll definitely love Vice Principals. I haven't watched the show since it came out, but I do remember it being really funny. But like I said, this is like Dan McBride's, thing. Like, it's just him doing these shows for HBO, just coming up with different concepts. And again, before, like, I just assumed he always wanted to be an actor before I read that before. But like you can see like him doing like things like Eastbound and Down, Vice Principals. Like you can see like he really, you know, he's really a creative guy. Like he's not just a one-dimensional character. I mean, like, similar, characteristics, in these roles he plays. I'll give you that for sure. But he really, like he's got a lot of ideas. He's not just this big, like aggressive, tough guy that comes off a bigger than life on screen. I mean, he really does have a lot of cool ideas. So again, really good show. They just wanted 2 seasons out of it, and that's it. So I would say this for the most part. I mean, shows shouldn't be more than 4 or 5 seasons anyway. You know what I mean? In these 2 seasons, you got the idea of what it was. It was pretty good, and that's it. Is it as good as Eastbound and Down? I don't know. I mean, I actually no. I do know it's not. But that's not to say that Vice Principals isn't good. All right, it's still got a lot of great people in there, and it's funny. So, again, I could give away a lot, but I'll be honest, I can't remember. I watched it since it came out, but it is a funny show. I would definitely check it out. Then he did a Tarantula voice in that one. He was in the movie Arizona. Didn't see that one. Tourism Australia. Dundee, the son of a legend, returns. Ho. Oh, there's more. Sorry. What's funny about this? I remember watching this commercial during the Super Bowl, and I swear to God, like I thought it was an actual movie. I was like, okay, so he's gonna be the new Crocodile Dundee, and I'm like, that could work. I mean, maybe because I always thought to myself like, all these fucking reboots. I mean, like, like would someone make another Crocodile Dundee? I mean, the first one was awesome. We all know that. The second one, it's okay. It's still good. I never even saw the third one. I don't know. Apparently, I was listening to Howard Stern one day, and sometimes Howard Stern would have like these people come in, just give like something to the charity, whatever, of Beth, his wife there. She runs the animal shelter or whatever. Or no, she doesn't run it, but she I don't know, she does a lot of stuff for it. But anyways, and then of course Howard's going to talk to the person because Howard's Howard. He'll take somebody off the street and make him a star, right? So he's talking to the guy. He says, "Oh, what do you do for a living?" He's like, "Oh, I write scripts, or I'm a writer or whatever." He's like, "Oh, cool. Have you written anything that we would know?" He goes, "Oh yeah, I wrote the script for Crocodile Dundee 3." And everyone starts laughing at first. Everyone's like, Crocodile Dundee 3 or whatever. I was like, just curious, like, how much did you get paid for it? I got $1 million. And after that, the room went silent. People were like, "Wow, you got $1 million to write the Crocodile Dundee script." Like, I mean, and like, keep in mind, I don't know one person that's ever seen Crocodile Dundee 3. Like, nobody. I'm nobody. I don't know, nobody. But someone paid the guy $1 million to do it. So I always thought that was funny. But anyways, I mean, I thought this was going to be a real movie when I saw the trailer because it had all these like cameos in it, and it turns out it was just a joke, I guess. So I don't know. Like, was it a joke? Was it an actual thing? I don't know. I have no idea. So I don't know. I don't know. If I had a podcast that people would actually listen to, I would do my research. But the point is, I don't know. At least check out the trailer or the actual or the video, I guess. I don't know. So there we go. The Legacy of White-tailed Deer Hunter. Never saw that one. The Angry Birds Movie 2. There you go. More voiceover work. Why not? Zeroville. No, never saw that one. The Mitchells versus the Machines. More voiceover work. Never saw that one. And the most recent thing that he's been working on, the last, just started the 3rd season, is The Righteous Gemstones. So, basically what this show is about is, you ever get up? I remember getting up, Sunday mornings and not knowing any better, not knowing, sleep is just way better than waking up early on a Sunday. Especially years later when you go out, and now your friends and, have a good drunk night and, fuck mornings. But anyways, you get up and then like early Sunday afternoons, for people that, are religious or say they are, but they're way too lazy to actually go to church and wake up early. they would watch, these shows on TV, and they would have these guys, just talk for hours, and you show them in a church, and they're preaching and whatever, and then and you think to yourself, like, who watches these people? Like, who, are these guys really for real? Whatever, do they really believe in God and Jesus and all that? And and then you find out, like, people send these guys like literally, money in the mail, and I don't know, they somehow own like 2-3 jets, and it's just insane. And then you find a lot of these guys are scams, and it's just all bullshit. And I believe in Jesus, and you should too. Hallelujah, hallelujah. I love. If you love Jesus as much as I do, please send me $20 to this address, and I will bless you with everything that I have. And the Lord will thank you. What a fucking crock of shit. But the whole point of this show is that it's basically making fun of that. So the whole family here, with Danny McBride, his sister, brother, and John Goodman plays the father, which is, how can you not love John Goodman? John Goodman's the man. And I'm not just saying that because he used to do security, like I do. But he's the man. Come on. He was King Ralph, which is an awesome, underrated comedy. If you have the chance to see it. But, which is a great get for the show, by the way, him getting John Goodman. That was awesome. But, so it's basically just making fun of that. So you find out, then of course they copy the Godfather thing, which I've always said Godfather 2 is my favorite movie, and I've always said how many people copy that same format. They go back and forth, past, present, and that's what makes that better than Godfather 1. But again, I'll talk about that another day. Yeah, I said it. Godfather 2 is better than Godfather 1. All right? Shut up. The point is, okay, that they go back and forth. You see how the family, started, and then, how they were in the present. Obviously, the mom character, passed away. That affects everything. A lot of people are trying to take advantage, of, their generosity. But at the same time, it is a little bit of a stretch. They're competing with other churches. Other people are trying to bribe them as well. Some of my favorite scenes in the show are when they go to. It seems like they have like a favorite restaurant, and it's not like like a fine. I mean, these people are worth millions and millions of dollars. They each live in their own mansion. They're all like beside each other. You know what I mean? It's a whole funny thing. And you got Danny McBride here with the big mutton chops and. The jet black hair, it's awesome. It's awesome. But anyways, they go to like this restaurant, and it kind of reminds me of like, remember Tagadale Nights there. Sorry. I'm almost done. And they can literally go to any restaurant, but they always choose to go to Applebee's, and it's kind of like the same thing. Like they just go to this like kind of generic restaurant, but they sit at this big ass table with like every family member there, and yeah, it's just funny. And then like just going back and forth and always just trying to impress the dad. And, it's a really good show. I mean, a lot of people say out of the 3 shows he's done, this is the best one. If I had to rank all 3 of them so far, I still say Eastbound and Down is the funniest. I'd put Righteous Gemstones and then Vice Principals. They're all solid shows. Okay. This one, I mean, who knows? Maybe it could go for another 4 or 5 seasons. Who knows? I mean, this one's definitely, I think, a bigger hit than Vice Principals was. But keep in mind, Vice Principals only did 2 seasons. This is on the 3rd one right now. But yeah, again, really funny show. A lot of they cast these shows really well. Yeah, and this is a really funny show, and it doesn't. To say anything else he's doing in the future? Oh, upcoming. There you go. Why not? Okay. The Prima Donna. Okay. Okay. Hellraiser. Well, that's coming back. Okay. I always called him just Nail's Head, but whatever. And The Exorcist. Okay. So I should mention at this point that Danny McBride, he kind of took over the Halloween franchise. Again, ladies and gentlemen, I love a good horror movie as much as the next person. Don't get me wrong. I'm just like, how many of these movies do, like, how many of these movies do we need? That's all. I mean, listen, if that's your thing, that's your thing. That's cool. I wish them all the best with this. Okay, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, I'm one of these people, like, I like the first Halloween. I like the first Nightmare on Elm Street. I like the first Friday the 13th. I like the first Child's Play. But that's it. Like, that's where it ends. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. But I do know he did have a lot to do with, the last couple Halloweens, and he's a big fan of that franchise. And again, it really shows, like, how much, like, he cares about just writing scripts and like, he's not just a, one-trick pony. Boy, there's a phrase I haven't said in a while. But the point is, I just wanted to, give a shout out to Danny McBride today and just say, hey, you know what? Thanks for all the great comedies. I mean, just keep on killing it, with the shows. And, I mean, who knows? I mean, the next 5 years, I mean, he could be on to the next show on HBO, and, another great idea could come, or, like, who knows? But, I mean, he's doing a great job. And, a lot of times when you think of, comedy guys right now, I mean, you always think of, the bigger names. And, again, I'm not trying to say Dan McBride is not a big name, because if you know Dan McBride, he's a really funny and talented guy. I'm just saying a lot of people still don't know a lot about this guy, and they don't know the work he puts in. And, this is a guy who, and I didn't know that until I read it off, he just wanted to write scripts and maybe got the acting bug, being in his buddy's movie there, just filling in for another person. And it's turned into this 3 hit shows on HBO, tons of hit movies. Being a writer and carrying on the legacy of the Halloween movies. I mean, that's pretty awesome. Like, that is really, really fucking awesome. But the point is, not a lot of people can carry a goatee. I mean, again, I'm going back to this probably for the last time. A goatee, it's very important that the mustache and the lower hair on the chins touch. I can't stress this enough. I can't. Not only does he have a kick-ass, just awesome curly hair, but the goatee, I'm telling you, just brings it all together. Then he's got the Elvis chops on the side here. He's killing it. But in all seriousness, I love Danny McBride. He's a really funny dude, and I just wish him all the best in life. I really do. And I kind of doubt that he is this crazy that he is in the TV shows, movies, as he is in real life. I think he's a little bit more chill, okay? When you're part of the Seth Rogen crew, worst case scenario, you take a couple puffs, you just chill out. It's cool. Again, Seth Rogen, I will do a podcast about him in the future for sure. But you have to keep in mind that a lot of times when you think of, a lot of great comedic actors and writers that can pull off a bunch of shit in movies and have such a strong, tough, but funny presence. And a lot of people, if you don't know by now, should keep an eye on and check out Danny McBride.
What you want, son? What you want, honey?
Danny! What the fuck? You guys are still alive? Yeah! Holy shit, I didn't expect that! Fuck out of here! Shit, I can't believe you guys are here! That's fucking crazy! And your timing couldn't be more perfect. It's been a long time since any of us have eaten. And you three gentlemen look delicious.
What does that have to do with
What
us?
are you talking about?
I'm a cannibal, hombre! We're gonna fucking eat your ass! Fuck you can't eat us! Fuck that, man! I do whatever the fuck I want, when I want! I'll butt fuck this dude. See that? I fucking slide right into that shit whenever I want. This is my gift. Channing, introduce yourself.
Hey, what's up, man? Y'all cool? That's Channing Tatum.
That's Channing Tatum, dude. What the fuck? Channing fucking Tatum. I found him wandering on the freeway. I collected him, made him my bitch.
my dick. I call him Channing Tate Yum.